Hey y'all, what's up? Happy Friday night, early Saturday morning, and I'm here doing a review of a lot of things. Mr. Talks and Mr. Social Corner of different shows. Love Is Blind, Real Housewives of New York, Love and Matters Detroit, Reunion Part 1, a couple of social media topics. So hope y'all ready to join me and have a good time and talk about it. I know this is late night, but y'all know I'm not doing no live on Sunday, so hopefully replay again. Y'all watch it. Y'all let me know how y'all feel. Please make comments down in the comment section down below. Or I will see some of y'all coming in my chat in a few. What's up? This is Mr. 14. How y'all doing? Hope you subscribe to my channel. If not, if you haven't done so, subscribe to my channel. I do weekly reviews. Also do watch alongs on my Discord. If you're not, follow my Discord is Mr. 14 down below. Description box. The link is down in my description box. Also follow my social you see on the screen. And if you want to support my channel, my cash app is $140. What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing? What's up? Yes, I know it's late, whatever, but I have to do what is best for my schedule and stuff. And what is it? We'll see. Maybe I will try, like I said, I was going to try last time, but maybe I'll try this time. Maybe if after I post this live, I'll probably download this and probably premiere it and see if I get more views that way as well. All right, y'all, let's get into it. Hold up. Hey, shine bright like a diamond. You're beautiful like diamonds in the sky. And I was drinking today, so y'all know when I start drinking, I get a little bit looser and have a little time in my life. So hopefully we have a good time. Hold up, y'all. Let me get this together. All right, so let's start with shows update. Let's get that out the way, and then we get into the shows. And when people come in, y'all start joining me. Matter if nobody's in or not, I'm still gonna give you the review, give you everything I need to say, and then get out of here. And it's hopefully y'all will watch my thing. Hopefully I'll probably do it next time. Not do it this too late, and probably do another day, do the mid-afternoon, midday, whatever. But I gotta go work best for my schedule. All right, let's go. Present, share screen. Those of y'all new to my channel, when I do mental talk, sometimes I give you a little update of what's upcoming on my platform, what I might review, do watch alongs or what I review, and give you a little idea. So Love and Marriage 100 is coming back on September 16th. So y'all know I reviewed the whole first half, and I'm excited for the second half to come back because there's a lot going on. It seems like the second half is like going to be the fire. So hopefully it keeps up to his word. So the review will continue on my platform with this. It can buy me a mix of live and pre-recorded. So it depends how the week goes and what happening. All right, Real Housewives of Atlanta. This past Monday, until moment I reviewed the part 1 of the reunion, and we're gonna review this part as well. Hey Dakota, how you doing, boo? What's up? How you been? So we're gonna do the second part this Monday on Auntie Momo's channel, and we're gonna finish out the Real Housewives reunion, Real Housewives franchise review. All right, so Bell Collector's on break right now. Real Housewives of New York City, season 14. My battery's dying. I just seen you doing. Okay, boo. Thank you for stopping by. So you know I'm still going strong here, still pushing it through. It's like that. The reboot, we will talk about the latest episode in this live tonight. Love and Marriage Detroit, we will talk about the first part of the reunion because I was able to do that last week, so we're going to do that this week. Love and Hip Hop Atlanta and Love and Hip Hop Miami is watch along. So y'all on my Discord, y'all know we do the watch alongs on those days on Wednesdays. So I ain't watched the latest episode, the last two on because nobody really came on. I just watched the New York and I went to sleep. So we will catch up on that. The Ultimatum Season 2, we do that watch alongs on Thursdays. So we catch up on that. Hold up. New shows coming up. New seasons, new shows. Married to Medicine Season 10 is on Bravo TV. It's premiering November 5th on Sundays. Yes, and we'll be watching on and review. And what I'm going to do is that I might pair that with Potomac because I think Potomac's coming out at the same time. So if it is coming out at the same time and everything, so I would continue to do the Black Bravo Entertainment and do pre-recorded reviews of those two shows together. And then on Mondays, I premiere that and we can just watch it and chat it up on the chat to get up the episodes. House of Villains is on E! Entertainment and it's coming out in the October 12th. And it's basically different people who was like the villains of their own perspective reality TV show in the realms. Like Omarosa gonna be on there, Tiffany Pollard gonna be on there. I think Shake, who was part of Love Is Blind, a couple other people who was the villains, like who people was disliking their hair for or live up for or whatever. But they will be on this show. It's a competition, so who go to the ultimate villain? And so far on Twitter, they like released 2 clips of New York going off. It's like, of course, you're gonna have New York to promote the show. Like, yes. And I said, she is on it with her weeds and stuff like that. But I said, who activated New York? Because normally she's been like cool and calm, collected. She hasn't been like really going like she was. But when she come on TV, she do what she had to do. I know she was on College Chill. People say she was cool. She was all right. So we'll see how this goes. And I'm looking forward to it. So we'll be watching along. I don't know if we're reviewing or not because I just want to have an entertainment. I just want to enjoy it, entertain by it, and not trying to take notes and review it and everything. But if it's something that's interesting that I need to talk about, I'll probably give you a little recap how I feel on when we do live. And Basketball Wives Orlando, VH1. The date, I think it's sometime in October, so I'm just gonna put a TBD to I figure out exact date. I know Shawnee said it might be October 9th, but we'll see. If it is, we'll check it out, and I'll just update it next time we're going live. We're going to be watching along. I don't know who are reviewing that because y'all know how I feel about Basketball Wives. I have stopped watching the show for a long time, but it's a new city and new faces. So because it's that, I would say, you know what? I haven't watched TV in a couple of months. Oh, okay, boo. Chill. I watch it, I stream stuff like. Thanks for recommendations. I'm going to have to start doing watching to see what you guys want to. Yes, see, you can follow me and also my Discord. We also talk about upcoming shows and stuff like that. Orlando, so it's a new city. The only faces that is kind of similar that we already know is Megan James, but everybody else is new. So I don't know none of these ladies, who they are, who they're dating, if they got any beef, anything. So I said that's why I would say I'm gonna give this a chance because they not tied to the LA cast. Because I'm not watching the LA cast. Y'all know I'm done with that cast. I don't want to see no Jennifer, no Malaysia, no Brandy, none of those people. I didn't want to see no Evelyn Lozada who's coming back, Jackie. I want to see none of them. So y'all keep the LA cast over there. I will try the Orlando cast, and if it's not given, I just drop it like I drop the LA class, the LA show. Filter my channel and do Patreon and stuff like that, everything. So that will come up the thing. And I think one content on my Patreon that I'll go do is probably do live watch-alongs of interviews. I think that would be a great thing to dissect the interviews, watch it together, and talk about it there and everything. And I think that's one going to be a state of content. Just like that. All right. That's there. So let's get to the first show. And also, if any shows of things y'all is coming out that y'all expecting, I didn't put I gotta put this other thing. It might be just watch along. We'll see and everything or not. It depends on time and what's going on. American Horror Story is a new one coming out called Delicate Part 1. I saw the trailer and it seems really interesting. it seemed interesting. So I need to put this on the list, and this is gonna be watch along if y'all interested in watching it. If not, then I just watch it myself. All right, y'all. Let's get to the Love and Marriage Detroit. Once again, replay game is all for you and everything. So let me know how y'all feel about these topics as I discuss them. And hopefully more people come in this chat and share your thoughts. And if you're watching the bushes, you can always comment down in the comment section below and let me know how y'all feel. All right, y'all. So Love and Marriage Detroit, the reunion part 1. So y'all know we didn't talk about it last week and everything. So I'm decided to give y'all how I feel about this. We just watched this last night. We watched this last night, and also we're gonna talk about Love is Blind after the altar. After this one, after Real Housewives of New York, we're gonna talk about the after the altar next. No, third topic, and reunion part 1 is something else. It's gonna be a 2-part reunion because after the second part, the second half of Love and Marriage Huntsville is coming back on the 16th. So we're gonna be watching that. All right. So this season so far, Detroit was it was okay. It wasn't. They tried. I feel like if they do get another season, we'll see how that goes. Because like I said, I didn't really care for you change your answer. No, this always been my thing because I was in the studio. So this always been my thing. Remember the bed sheets and stuff like that get changed every time. But this will always do without this set right here sitting, always been like this. No, when I first started, I was facing this wall over here, and then I was facing over there. So yes, probably a different location in my apartment that I was doing it. But since I found a stick doing this way, this been the standard. I'm charging my phone, just going to sit and listen at work in case I can't say goodnight and be said. Okay, boo. So Love and Marriage Detroit reunion part 1. You know, Carlos King, he's the host, and he hosts the reunion, and you know, he's the EP, you know, he's the head person of the Love and Marriage Huntsville, Love and Marriage franchise. And he got his own company, Rain Entertainment, or Rain Industry, whatever it's called. And you know, he's on YouTube now, and he does YouTube interviews and stuff like that. So he's just taking over the YouTube realm and everything. He got his 100K and all that stuff like that. But y'all know I review his shows, despite how I feel about him. It's good enough to talk about. So reunion part 1, you know, it's Detroit. That was the third city of the franchise. So the first one was Huntsville. That's put the Love and Marriage franchise on the map. Huntsville. It's still going strong. Then we had DC. We still don't know when DC gonna come back because we was on a break. And then we got to watch the second half. They already filmed the reunion, and we still didn't see the second half of the season yet. So we don't know when that's coming back. But that's DC, and then we got Detroit. Detroit is the third city. And like I said, I didn't care for none of these cast members. None of them I really like at all. And we'll see how it goes. So, you know, Carlos, you know, he do his famous thing that he go around to the people and he say hi to them, do a little small talk before the stage. So he went to Brandon Christina first. I'm drinking, I got some. Oh, okay, good. Yes, that's drinking. Let's cheers to that. Yes, that, and I got Seagrams here. You know, when I drink, I get a little bit looser in my review, so it's gonna be entertainment. So he started interacting with the people, and he met Christina and Brandon first. He hugged Christina. He said, "Yeah," you know, his little annoying voice, all that stuff like that. He was talking to Christina. He even hugged Brandon. Brandon was sitting in the spot in the back, just looking and everything. Now Brandon cut that man bun. You see this middle guy right here with the blue suit with the little bun right here? He had a man bun. and he cut it off. So it's like it looked better now when he cut it off and he got the little thing and the salt and pepper hair. It looked groomed, like he looked older. It looked like nicer, looking nicer and everything. And he had a nice suit. The only thing I didn't like about his suit is that he wore sneakers with the suits. And I don't understand that. I know this like the trend that people trying to do. But with me with suits, I always gotta know how to wear nice shoes. I don't wear no sneakers with suits. It don't look right to me. It don't. So that's the only thing about his outfit that threw it off. So he went there. He had a small talk with the Brandon and Christina. Then he went to Russell and Kobe. Now with Russell, he played a little fake arm wrestle with Russell, and then he hugged Russell, but he didn't really hug and do nothing with Kobe. And then he said, Russell and Kobe. Russell's like Clark. What's this called? King Clark. He's King Clark, and Kobe is Lois Lane. I said, really? And why you think that? He said, oh, because Russell's Superman. I said, CK, calm yourself down. Calm yourself down. Your hot box is going off. Stop it. Stop it. I said, oh, you cheating on Martell already? You cheating on Martell already? Because I know you got a knack for people with muscles. He was all on Russell. I ain't gonna play. He was all on Russell. I said, oh, look at you trying to hug on Russell every day. Sure. And they call him Superman. And what make him Superman? Because he got a nice body and everything. Okay. Then he went to Anthony and LaToya, and he hugged both of them. So I said, okay, he must really like LaToya and Anthony. So that was cool. So they all got on the main stage. The fashions, not really much to say. LaToya, to me, after the woman looked the best. She had like the nice long black thing. I mean, the hairstyle, I really cared for that much. But she had a nice black dress and kind of see-through. But she looked the best out of the females. And the males, I felt like Brandon looked the best. But the only thing I didn't like is the sneakers. I didn't like the sneakers. And then for the life of me, y'all know if y'all watch my reviews and y'all listen to me before, I can't stand when guys wear their suits with no socks. And they got shoes with no socks. That irks me. Now I know whoever styled you feel like that's the best thing to do, but it look weird when you have a nice suit and then you go on down to your freaking feet, wear shoes, and then your freaking pants, it's not all the way to your ankles, all the way past the ankles, so it's covering the ankle part. Your pants is short stop, so it shows a little part of your leg and your ankle, and you got no socks in between. That look nasty. Carlos King had no socks. Anthony didn't have it. And Ficker Russell. I said, yo, that's look tacky. And I don't know what's going on with Anthony's feet. If y'all saw the reunion and y'all see Anthony, I said Anthony, first of all, Anthony's sitting like this. Like this. It looked like the feet, look like the shoes so freaking small on his feet. You know when we got that fat going off the freaking sole, not the sole of the feet, of the top of the shoe like this, the shoe, you slide your feet in, and that part, it looked like the fat is over that. I was like, oh, don't sit like that, Anthony. It don't look like. So, but that irks me, the little shoes thing. And Carlos King outfit, his suit was nice, but that socks, with no socks, threw it off. And he just loved wearing the suit with no socks. Maybe, I don't know. Okay. That might be the fashion trend. I'm not really into fashion like that, but me, I like to get dressed up. I like to get dressed up, socks and all. Okay, so let's get into this. So, one thing they were saying in this reunion about how both Brandon, Christina, and LaToya and Anthony say that, yeah, I know everybody talk about the reality TV, it's a reality TV curse and everything, but we didn't experience that. Our marriage was saved in reality TV. and everything. And I said, okay, it might be good for now, but don't look like it don't last long. That don't last long. And for y'all to say y'all are good in this reality TV show save your marriage, I said, okay, but don't debunk the curse like it's not real. Reality TV curse is happening. And it is happening because your friendship is fractured. Y'all got in the show as friends. Close friends, know each other for a long time. So y'all get in this reality TV show. And then for two of the ladies who've been cool, call each other like sisters, haven't talked to each other since they stopped filming. How? And if you watch the season, y'all know yes, they had a little tiff, but it wasn't big enough for me to stop talking to you after the season wrap for something that's so small. I see if somebody slept with somebody's man or something and it was totally disrespectful and everything, but that's not what happened. So I don't understand why y'all would stop talking. And it was so deep for the friendship, y'all breaking the trust. Not guaranteed, yes, whatever. The whole Kobe cat comment by Brandon to Kobe was distasteful. But I'm not going to sit here and act like that was so big for y'all to friendship end over. Y'all got to have a little talk, try to get past that, for them to stop talking completely. What else is going on? What else is going on with your friendship that y'all not telling us that makes it to that way that after you film, after you finish rapping, y'all don't talk? That don't make any sense. So y'all keep saying that it's no reality TV curse. It is, because y'all friendship just kind of fractured in being on reality TV show. Y'all was on the show. I don't think y'all would ever got to that point that y'all would stop talking to each other. Not my opinion. So I was like, they were so hell bent to saying that, oh no, we good. Now, Carlos talked to freaking Brandon and Christina first, get their little background of their journey of the show. Like, he know how he normally do with the couples, get their background journey. And he started with Brandon and Christina. Okay, they the middle couple. They the middle couple right here. Brandon and Christina. And the whole journey. And Carlos said that Brandon and Christina laid it all out on the table. And I said, did they really lay it all out in the table for us? But did they really lay it all out? And the reason why I'm saying that, because we watched Love and Matters Huntsville, right? When this whole Treater scandal came out and everything about Montel cheating and everything, they laid it all out. Now, at first, they kept it hush, and then they kept on, and then it's happening, and the details coming out. It was open. And they think the storyline kind of ride the wave all the way to the season, and everybody was closer behind. Everybody was closer behind Mel Martell's story. Until a while, it started getting ridiculous and started getting more, and they said, the rest of y'all need to step it up. Like, really, step it up. Because y'all can't go behind these storylines anymore. They laid it all out. These Brandon Christina, this is the first season. They ain't really, yes, they shared the most a little bit, but they didn't lay it out to me to the point that you will claim that. Because to the point, I was like, the reason why I say that is because this whole thing with the ex-artists, they telling us the reason why Christina was doing the way how she is, like she lost trust in him. 11 years going through the same bull crap with him. He the history was going on. What's the history? Is that he had an emotional affair with someone. So I said, how far it extent with this emotional affair? Did this emotional affair lead to physical? Because usually like an emotional affair, I know that's damaging, just as damaging as physical, because you giving your energy and you giving your emotions, you giving your heart to someone else that you're supposed to be sharing that to your spouse. I get that, and that's damaging. But at the same time, if it's nothing like, if you're not showing any actions that betraying that this emotional affair you having, like for example, taking long going on trips with the person. No, yeah. Taking long trips with the person, on the phones with them, FaceTiming on them, having them all in your house and doing all this, and you living in separate and you trying to at least someone off the door. That would make the sense like you taking action on beyond the emotional affair. That may lead to physical. That will explain why she was acting the way she was acting. Oh, you can't go nowhere without my permission. I need to know where you at. I'm calling you every 5 seconds. So it's like, where you at and everything. Now, it didn't make it any better that Brandon was lying and telling the whole figure, not telling the truth of where he at. Like when he was in the club and he said he was in church. Like, boy, bye. Just telling me you in the club with the boys. And they basically was sitting down talking. They wasn't really doing nothing else. That's exactly, we seen on camera. She could see the show. So they wasn't really doing nothing, just sitting there talking and talk about something. But at the same time, like, you didn't have to lie saying you were in church when you were in the club. Like, boy. So I was like, I feel like you was more than that. Because I said you was halfway out the door. You was done with the relationship. All this stuff. And all for you to tell us at the reunion that it was just conversations. It wasn't nothing like physical, or you was a banging her out in the studio and like that. I said, it's okay. So what you were saying? What was so damaging that it hurt her so badly that she had to go? That it was like almost over. She said he didn't like her. Those who have been in a relationship for a long time, who've been married. Because I know I've seen this myself. Sometimes couple may not like each other at the point. Sometimes you get in my nerves, I don't like them right now. Y'all might get this patches that you don't like each other, but y'all still love each other. And y'all still in love with each other. It's just that at this moment, y'all just don't like each other. It's y'all a rough patch. Y'all get through a patch and y'all get back to where y'all at. But I hear that sometimes that couples say they might not like their spouse at times. So I said, okay, so he didn't like you. And of course, it might be times you didn't like him. What else was said? Because how you was acting, he couldn't do nothing without your permission. Y'all remember that first episode? Oh, you asking when you telling me. Oh, you asking or you telling me. And I said, what? I don't need to ask you for permission. Ain't no grown person. I don't care who you are. How long I've been married to you. I don't need to ask you permission. I could talk to you, give you a heads up. But I don't need you to tell me. You're not my parent. And why you can't tell me? You know what I'm saying? How to, yeah, all that. So I'm just like, okay, if he didn't go physical like that, and all you said that was damaging that he didn't like you. I said, what else? What he said? And you, Brandon, you said you like halfway out the door. Like, what exactly was going on that you have at the door? Like he said, she wasn't nurturing, she wasn't be affectionate enough, and also that it was always negative. It's always negative. It was a negative because she didn't trust you because you had this emotional affair with the ex artist, but it was just conversation. Conversation with no action towards it. It was just conversation. Yes, it's hurting, but I don't think I would take that seriously to make it seem like it was so damaging. But whatever. Y'all let me know how y'all feel, because to lay it all out, I don't feel like y'all really laid it all out. But whatever. Then they got to Latoya and Anthony. Because you know Anthony always in the mess. He started a lot of the mess in the drama this season as well. But trying to make it seem like it was all just Brandon and Christina, they were starting on the drama. No, they weren't. Your husband right next to you was starting the drama. Every find out he was in Atlanta for 7 months, because you know a lot of Panama, you know, doctors have to be in the front line. They were first responders. It was a lot of heaviness and turmoil on them, and emotional toll they go through, because it was a scary time. We all went through it. It's like that. And I'm here now. We survived through it. So, but fortunately, some people I know I have family members who didn't survive and everything, so that was damaging and sad. But at that time, he had this big opportunity for Disney on Disney and Marvel. He went to work. He went to Atlanta for 7 months, and it was stuff like that. And then the kids were going to school, and I ended up preparing them, and I was ready to do that for myself and all stuff like that. And he came back home because he realized he didn't want to lose his family and stuff like that. But I was like, with the racism in the school, I'm gonna need for us, people in our community, to start preparing your children for the possibility that this might be happening in the real world. Yeah, I so hell bent to worry about the latest fashions and this and worry about they need to not be a gay or sissy and all that stuff like that. That's good, but prepare them for the real world. And when you make the decision and put your children in predominantly the opposite race school, the loosely cruel school, then you need to prepare them that the possibility that racism and colorism might exist. At least racism, colorism is in with their own ethnic group, and that also plays a role. So you need to prepare them and what you might experience and what you might encounter. Now I do understand that maybe she want her husband there so they can both tackle this on with the kids, but I say y'all need to prepare them for the things that's gonna happen. For when they come to you and say this will happen, y'all know how to deal with it. So that was that. So that was the whole thing of the doctor on the toilet and things. Came home, they want to lose a family, or something like that. Prepare your children for the better, and that's that. So I was thinking they was gonna go next to Russell and Kobe, get a little background spill. No, they jump right into the freaking interaction and the beef between Christina and Kobe. And I said, oh, why are we doing that? Are we gonna get the little background story with the fucking Russell couple before we even get to the freaking interaction and the dynamic group? Like, come on now. And what their individual's journey and issue was. So yes, they started with this Christina and Kobe. Like I said, this whole thing about Christina and Kobe are both influencers in Detroit. A very small city. So at the end of the day, everybody had to live and eat, make bread, and make ends meet, everything. So it's bad for everyone. But sometimes since the city's so small, it is what it is. You might run to the same social circles, same people y'all interact with or trying to work with. That's the whole part of the game. And sometimes influencing it's not really individuality, originality, because it always hadn't been done before. So you just gotta just elevate and do how you want to do it. So this whole Harper Ray and everything, it create a balance and this disdain between it create a disharmony. It mistrust and distrust between the two friends, Christina and Kobe. Because Kobe wanted to work a collaboration in Harper Way, that it was already existing collaboration with Christina and everything, and she was kind of confused why you want to get on it because she was had already existing, and this whole thing between them back and forth, texting and trying to talk on a person, and Kobe felt like you should have called me. Christina said I want to talk to you face to face, so they finally talked face to face. They was going back and forth, and Kobe was getting hype and blowing up. Seems like this. The toys in the middle, and she said, I don't like this fakeness. But I feel like until you did pick a side, you picked a side. Because I feel like if you say everybody was fake, then you would say everybody was fake. But you would say, oh, you fake because you didn't want to go out to reach out to walk after her. I say, so you basically was saying Christina was wrong. But whatever. And Anthony said, my wife don't pick sides. She had picked a side. Because then she come around the reunion saying that, oh, Christina is manipulative and she plays victim and everything. I said, so give an example. And she said, oh, you play victim with your husband. I said, girl, get that tacky, whack excuse out of here. Play victim with your husband. Girl, that's a husband. Let it be. Whatever dynamic of that husband, you don't even know what's going on in their household. So stop with that victim. And what other stuff she plays victim when it comes to you and everything else. And now when they ask us, what's your issue with Christina personally, Victoria? Because it seemed like you had a gripe. You said, I don't just like Christina. I don't have no issue with her. I said, so what is it? You don't like how she moves and how she acts? Just say that. And this whole thing with Christina Kobe, it's like, y'all, it was so much. It just blow up. And then when Brandon said this Kobe cat thing, Christina said, I said something, but not to the extent that he said it. So the Kobe cat comment was messed up. But I feel like it was that damn deep for y'all to really get so freaking pissed off. Like when Russell said he would break every bone in Brandon's body because of that. Or like I said, over a Kobe cat comment? Like, where did you act like she said she busted a split on somebody's husband? Like, come on. So all that, and then we come to find out that Christina and freaking Kobe hasn't really talked since they wrapped filming, and the trust was broken and all stuff like that. I said, get it, but was it really that much of a broken the trust? I don't know. Maybe it's not me, because I would say if we were good friends, I think we get past this little small little thing, misunderstanding, and move forward. I will not let this break us. But couldn't find out. So can y'all reconcile your relationship? Can y'all make this work? Can y'all work on this and y'all get back on good terms? Kobe started crying at the end of it, and I think that's the episode end. That's like that. So I was like, with the whole reunion part one, I mean, it was stuff said. I wasn't going into details of everything that was said because it was a week later, and I think most people don't care anymore. But I got the major things. I just feel like I said, so okay. The reality because it's there because your friendship is faltered. What else is happening that we don't know of that make y'all stop talking to each other after y'all filming rap? And it can't just because he's called you a Kobe cat. Come on, okay, the trust is there, but y'all been boys, y'all been friends and everything. And Brandon did kind of broke that because he missed the friendship. And I said, can y'all pair this friendship? I was like, at the end of the day, this wasn't really that necessary and big deep. But whatever, y'all. That's it. That was on Mass Detroit. We're going to see part 2 next week, and we're going to see how that goes. All right? Let's move on to Real Housewives of New York. All right, y'all. Y'all know Real Housewives of New York this season is a reboot of all new girls and everything. And like I said, I'm enjoying it. A lot of them getting on my nerves, but I'm enjoying it so far. And I do need them to pick it up and start arguing on something meaningful and not these little petty, little small stuff going on. So, like I said, it's not going to be in a particular order. It's going to be something that's jumping around. The major thing that was happening is about this trip. Sai went the ladies come together to go to a trip. Let me see what they're going to Anguilla. They went to Anguilla. It was to let the hair down. Let's have a good time. Let's enjoy each other. Let's see what else. Let's enjoy each other. Let's have a girls trip. Because we need to settle down and wind down. Now, Sai Uber meet up because they was getting some outfits for Anguilla trip. And they talk. You know, Sai brought Uber up to speed because, you know, Uber was sick for a while. So she was around the ladies. And they were talking about this gifts. And then how Jenna is giving, like, promo gifts or collaboration gifts that she worked with other people and have a name on it and give it to us. And they want to know, and she's expecting us to promote. And I said, okay, if she giving y'all gifts, and even though it's a collab gifts and she have a name on it, did she ask y'all to post on their social media page? Because it seems like y'all are doing the most, and y'all aggravating me to make it seem like she is doing this for ulterior motives. So ask her. I said, Jenna, you giving us a gift. Do you want us to promote? Because I said, I don't know why she needs y'all to promote when she's on Bravo already. She's on Bravo television. So the promotion is already there. And if she showcases her products on the screen and giving y'all the products that have a name on it, obviously that's promo right there. So she don't need y'all to go Instagram to post anything. First of all, if y'all influencers, is that supposed to be your job anyway? Not saying that she supposed to, you need to do that for her. But I'm saying like if y'all got free gifts, accept the free gifts and stop complaining about it. If you don't like the free gift, give it to someone else. But this whole spiel about, oh, she expected it, she had the ulterior motives, like she wanted. I said, first of all, according to Jenna, it seems like she has more following than the rest of y'all ladies. She's more established, and she's an older woman. So I don't think she needs y'all to promo. But y'all saying all this, and I was saying, did y'all ask her? Did she ask you? I wish somebody asked her. I said, did I ask you to do that? And when I go to reunion, whole time I asked them a question, I said, why do y'all feel like y'all think that Jenna wants y'all to promote things for her? If you don't want the gifts, say you don't want the gifts. Don't accept it. But that's one thing. I said I didn't like that because it made it seem like they said Jenna had a ton of motives giving these gifts and she wants y'all to do something to promote for her and everything. And that's like I said, y'all do a lot of assumptions and then asking her straight up if that's what she wants. And if she tell you that's what she wants, then that's something different. And I said Jenna needs to tell them that. I ain't give y'all this gift for nothing. I need y'all to promote on your pages. I said I don't think she needs y'all to do that, but whatever. So some scenes are gonna be skipped. So we say Evan. We find out that Jenna has genetic disorder and she had other stuff that was going on her body of like things falling out, like especially her teeth was messed up and everything, things falling out of her hair. So she knows she gets surgeries done, especially her teeth, and with wigs, everything, and then her skin condition, she self-conscious with her skin that it does like melanated correctly and everything. So usually she had to go tan beforehand to make sure she had the right skin so she'd be able to comfortable to be around other people because sometimes she view other people like they got great, they look good, everything, and I don't have that and I'm self-conscious about that. So she is sensitive about her genetic disorder that she has. So because of that, she like to do a preemptive strike and preemptiveness of preparing herself beforehand so she can be around and comfortable around people. So that's that. She's self-conscious. So because of that, I think she had some surgery in her mouth. And Erin came over with some soup and everything. I said that was nice. At that part, Erin came with some nice gestures or some soup and everything for her. And I was like, okay, cute. What's soup? And let's talk. And they sit down and they talking. And they talk about the Gwilla trip. We find out that Jenna's going to fly a little bit earlier because she want to go down and get some tan and be great because, she had a skin condition and she tans beforehand. So she have a good thing. So she'll be around your ladies and don't feel self-conscious about her look. So she said she'll go there 2 days early. And another reason why she wouldn't go there early because she said she didn't want to fly coach. Now, she never said she don't fly coach and she don't fly coach and everything like that. That's she above y'all. And whoever fly coach, they pull and everything. She said none of that. She said she just didn't want to fly coach. So she was able to find an earlier flight that had first class. So she got to fly. And I said, first of all, if y'all housewives, y'all supposed to be rich housewives. Don't say and act like y'all are pissed off and y'all act like Jenna taking first class was a dig or any is an issue. And I say, yeah, I know y'all want to travel as a group, so why the hell y'all all couldn't get first class? Y'all housewives, y'all. First class should be in your vocabulary. It should be in your vocabulary. And I don't know why y'all was so eager. This is my first time I ever seen a housewife so eager and so happy of flying coach. Number one, there's nothing wrong with that. But y'all housewives. So y'all should have had no issues of flying first class and having an issue with Jenna flying first class. I said y'all was tacky for that. So Evan, she took that. She said, "Oh my gosh," took the information. So now this lady was going to Anguilla. A lot of ladies together went flow coach, because I guess they wanted to fly as a group and everything. I said, yada yada, it doesn't matter. As long as y'all all get to Anguilla, it is what it is. But I was like, I don't think it would have been a big deal for me if I said, okay, girl, she would have fly first class. If I had opportunity, I would have fly first class too. It is what it is. So Jenna got there 2 days earlier. She started tanning. She did everything she was doing what she had to do. Right? So Ellen, when they got to the Anguilla and they got to the little freaking villa, I decided with some of the days that some people got to share rooms. And I said, so why do they have to share rooms? Because it's only about 6 of y'all. So y'all couldn't get a villa with only 6 bedrooms? Like, why do people have to share rooms? Which, okay, whatever. So I think Uber said she don't care, and I guess Uber and Jensen start going share rooms. So everybody started getting their own rooms, and their Uber Jensen got a room and everything. So they decided to give Jenna the crappiest bedroom, but it didn't look like it's crap to me. But I was like, okay, if y'all want to stick it to Jenna, why couldn't one Uber or Jessel pick that room that y'all was gonna get to Jenna, and y'all would have your own room, and have Jenna make Jenna share a room? That's what I would do if y'all want to stick it to her, because she came late, or she was there early and she didn't allow there at the house with y'all when y'all picking rooms. So she knew she lose. But I was sticking to her to give her the share room, and then the ones who was there already there, y'all all have your own rooms, and we didn't have to share with Jennifer, whatever it is. But I feel like that villa was big enough. So I said, how many bedrooms in that villa? That you know what, y'all couldn't get 6 bedrooms, but whatever. So I got the villa. So Evan took upon herself to tell the ladies about Jenna flying first class. But she twisted Jenna's words. Now, Jenna said she didn't want to fly first class, and she was able to get another flight, and she would go earlier because she wanted to tan. She never said she don't take first class. Oh, she don't do that. She talking down on her. She said she wanted to go not first class, coach. She never said she don't ride coach. She never said that. She said she just didn't want to ride for coach, and then she found something that was first class, and she took it. Not because she didn't want to ride with the ladies, or she was too above y'all, and y'all beneath us. Because that's what Evan took it. She was like, she took it that way and spin it. So now the other ladies go have a way with her and feel like, oh, that's crazy. That's like me in front of go just say that. I said, why? I don't know why y'all mad she taking first class at the end of the day. I always say, F y'all. You got something to say, kiss my whole black ass. It is what it is. Sure. And I said, Evan, how tacky you was in her face, act like you was a good friend, give her soup and everything, and go turn around and tell the lady. She said, well, she never told me she can't say it. No, don't tell anyone else because she didn't say that, because she didn't feel like you was going to take that and spin it and make it seem like she was kind of downplaying them. And that's not what happened. And so I was so upset that Evan did that. I said, Evan, you was a freaking solid piece of behind. And Evan does too much. She over dramatic, doing the most, always got to make an argument on everything. It's like, good. Now, I was on your side about that freaking divorce thing what Bryn was doing. Now, because of all this, Bryn was the most hurt by it. She took this to heart and started going in on Jenna. And I said, Bryn, what is your issue? Because, girl, you going very hard for no apparent reason. How this bother you this much for you to say what you said about Jenna? Oh my gosh, whatever, just this, that, all that kind of thing. You going in. Now, when Jenna finally got over there, and yeah, she found out she got the crappy room because she wasn't there with y'all and everything. She got the tan. Now, when they was asking Jenna to explain, Jenna over explains things. And that everybody was acting like, oh, she bull crap. And I said, no, I don't think she's bull crapping, y'all, or she freaking lying. I just feel like she just over explained things, especially when she get backed up in the corner and stuff like that. She's explaining and she trying to let y'all know. So I feel like Jenna is a person who over explains. Not because she's lying, that's who she is. And also now y'all also upset that she don't share things with y'all. So when she finally share her insecurity about her skin and how she like judge y'all about how y'all look so good and everything, and so Jenna, you gotta look good. She came with a perfect tan and stuff like that. I said because she tanned for 2 days so she could have the skin that she was comfortable enough to be around the ladies. That's what she wore the dress to showcase it. So just to showcase that. So I was like, okay. So she came to go. She was always playing. Everybody's acting like she was bull crapping and bullshitting them and just like that. And I said that's attacking. So she was taking them back. And I said, Jenna, you older these days. I would say I was let this lady say. I said, listen, I came early. I had a skin condition. This was this, and they try and play it and then laugh it off. It's like that. I would say hey, y'all wanted to share. So when she finally shared, y'all brush it off and laugh. You think that was funny? Because she over explains. If I were Jenna, I wouldn't trust none of them. I would share none of them, nothing else with them. Y'all complain about me sharing all you want. Y'all won't get nothing out of me. So Brennan was going all hard for no apparent reason, and Jenna taking them back. I said, Brennan, you kind of projecting. Like you want Jenna life or something like that, and you just not have it. Now I know Brennan is upset because I don't know who activated her, because she was on Twitter lately and she was going off today and saying this and everybody trying to question me because she does consulting. I said, because we don't really know much about your life like that. All we know, you had freaking 3 engagements. You just love to show us that you had 3 engagements. You showcase your freaking ex-husband, or not ex-husband, ex-fiance, Gideon, when you took that car thing. We don't even know what you live. And it's rumor is saying that the landlord didn't want you film there. That's what you can't film at what you places business, place to stay. Like, how do we know you do consulting work? Good, I said, whatever, girl. Figure your wigs is dry and laid out. Look tacky. And you want to consult, you need to consult with a hairstylist or something. Because I don't know what's up with that figure hair. It look like a raccoon nest. You flirt with people. You flirt with every making man that walks by. You always sexualize. Doing the most. But you have a lot to say when it comes to Jenna. Consult with yourself and consult with your whole well-being and your whole existence before you try to come after anybody else. I was like, oh my gosh. I wish Jenna would just told y'all off, but Jenna's not that type of person. So 1, accept the gifts and be quiet. Nobody asks you to promote anything. And second of all, why y'all mad? Why are y'all mad? Let it be. And Evan, you a bull. Evan, whatever about Evan. And y'all laugh. I was like, whatever. That was what house in New York. We gonna get next week. And I'm so glad when they had that sit down. And I could have sworn the sit down was gonna be this week, but they didn't answer no. So next week we're gonna be sit down. And that's what everybody was they let Uber up to speed about the freaking conversation about the divorce thing. Well, Brent brought up the divorce word and everything, and they realized she didn't say it. Oh, I didn't say that word. Girl, you did say that word. You said it. You said it. There's no way around it. You said it. And that was tacky, that was piss poor. And because you saying someone was laughing about it, or A was laughing, I said just because someone's laughing at a supposed joke doesn't mean they're uncomfortable. They just laughing because they going along to get along. But doesn't mean that they laughing at that joke means they find it funny. Sometimes they find it offensive and just laugh it off. So you can't judge because someone's laughing at what you said, meaning they was okay with that. Because it was enough for him to go back to his wife and tell her. It felt like he didn't find that conversation, that comment great. He didn't find that comment great. What's the word I'm going to say? Appropriate. He didn't find that comment appropriate. And yes, he laughed it off, but he didn't find it nice to say. Because if he didn't care for it, he would never told Evan about it. And I like how the ladies were trying to make seem like Evan was tripping and she don't have the right to feel the way she feel and all that stuff like that. So I'm glad that Uber, when they told her that, she was like, y'all need to stop playing. And she said, Sai, will you feel something? She said, Sai said, I don't give a damn. I said, girl, shut up. Y'all know damn well y'all will feel some way if Evan and Brenda did that to y'all husbands. So don't do that. Don't do that. And everything. And then Brenda had to fake attempt to apologize. And like, girl, what you apologizing for? Whatever. But that was going to happen in New York. We're going to continue this next week. But that's a little small tidbits. I said, Jenna, girl, you know you explain yourself. You Jenna effing Lyons. You better act like it and let these ladies know. I will explain nothing to the dusty behinds at all. Oh, where people? Nobody want to come through. Maybe I should not be doing this late night Fridays and early Saturday mornings thing anymore. Second week in a row, nobody came through. Okay. 7th quarter. Hey. Well, okay. Maybe I'll try a different time. All right, let's Love is Blind after the author. Now, I was not going to talk about it, but I'll say, you know what? I reviewed the season, and we talked about it on this channel. So mine is not finishing out what happened. This is after the author. This is 1 year later of the show. One year later. So we know the 3 couples that's still together is Tiffany and Brett, right here, the first set of couples. Bliss and Zach, and Chelsea and Kwame. They all still together. We know Jackie is with this guy named Josh. You know, Micah and Paul, you know, they broke up and everything. You know, Jackie and Marshall not together. Marshall got a new girlfriend, and he happy with her. Jackie with Josh, she's good. Paul entertaining and talking to some new female, even though he has been still talking to Micah and everything and see what's going on with them. But, sorry, y'all. But with the after the altar, it's like a 1 year thing. So we find out that these 3 couples that's still together, they still strong, they still love each other. You know, Kwame make a sacrifice. He went to move where Chelsea's at, and everything. We find out Bliss and Zach and Chelsea Kwame live 7 minutes away from each other. So they're like a friend group. And they support each other. I said that's nice because y'all went through this process together. You have a shared bond that nobody else will understand. Being apart, dating someone blindly, and then meeting them, and then building that from that ground up and getting married and still together a year later. That's nice. So they build this bond and they close to each other. They have a good time. And I was sitting there watching At the Altar, and I say, you know, Zach, you is so freaking lucky that Bliss gave you a chance. You were so lucky because you blew your chance when you picked that smush face Irina. You blew your chance when you picked that smush face chick, that mean girl. After you found signs that she was doing what the ladies people were saying that she was doing, you still picked her. And then when she played you like a fiddle, and they give you no time and day, then you ran to Bliss. Now, it's good that Bliss gave you a chance and y'all good, y'all love each other, and y'all have a great relationship right now. But you are lucky. So you need to count your blessings that Bliss gave you the chance, because it's child, anybody probably want to say no. Nah. You've had your chance. You blew it. Bliss remember your birthday and made cupcakes. Made cupcakes. We're not even seeing you. Don't even know what you look like. And she remembered that detail and did that. I said that was something that would win me over. Win me over. But whatever. So they good. So they all met up. They having a good time. They were sharing their experiences, how they had. Yeah, Tiffany and Brett. I think they're in Portland right now. And it's a sacrifice that I guess they move where he's to work closer to where he's work at. So that's good. Kwame and Chelsea, I think they moved to Seattle or something like that. Whatever they moved to. But it's what it is. That's not small details. So they all good. They figuring things out and stuff like that. Michael Paul not together anymore, and I still can't get over that Paul comment when he talk about that Mike is not a nurturer and she's not a mother figure and she don't see herself as a mother, and that's the reason why he decided to say no, and because of that. But he never expressed that to her beforehand. He should have spoke of his issues about her not being nurturing enough to be a mother. I said, you got some damn nerve to talk about someone nurturing enough to be a mother. How the hell you a great provider to be a father or something like that? Like, come on now. So I still didn't get over that. So they have been talking. I guess they was dating everything, even still after they broke up. The season trying to get back to and good gracious. Micah still had a good relationship with Paul's mother. Cause Paul said that Micah is like a kind of like his mother. They got similar. So it's like they still a great bond. And I like they have a good relationship and they still talk to each other. But I would say it is kind of weird because Michael was like, I don't want to be in the middle between you and Paul because I'm still talking to you, and it's weird, awkward. And I understand why you feel that way, because I say that's your son at the end of the day. And even though we not together, I feel like yes, we can still connect, we can talk and everything, but I don't want to be in the middle of it. So she was kind of weird about that. But if it's sure that's that. But we do find out that Paul is talking to someone else. So that was that. But she's kind of like concerned because she said, as Paul's talking to someone else and dating that person, whatever it is, he's still texting me. Now I said, so what is this point in this text? Like, is this text is like more that y'all can try to date and try and get back with each other? Or is it inappropriate text, anything, or what? Because if Paul is honest with another girlfriend, it's like, listen, I had this person that I was in the pause with and we had experiences, it's like that. It's still some legal feelings, everything, and she knows about it, then I will see. But the texting, I do understand about the texting. I said maybe you may be able to cut that texting off and communicating with each other so y'all can have your feelings die out. That way it won't be interfere with anybody's relationship. Nobody gonna be their feelings hurt and get involved, and let it be and start over and move on to your separate lives. So that's what it is. I think later on when they talk, because it was like a 3-part episode, because I could have sworn it was on one episode, and I was like, hey, they didn't even show the rest of the stuff. But it was 3 parts. It was like life after what happened a year ago, set the scores and marry and move on, whatever it was. So that's that. So I said, okay. So Micah and Paul decided to, Micah told Paul that she said, listen, we got to cut communications. Like, cut cold turkey. Like, we don't talk to each other anymore. We don't probably see each other anymore. We not like cut all that. Because we cannot move forward if we still can continue communicating with each other and still talk. And I was like, that makes sense. Because as he talking to someone else, and he's still talking to you, y'all can still build his feelings, and y'all can get the surfing going on, and that could create some freaking turmoil. So I think it is great and best for y'all to not to talk. So that's that. Jackie, she's still with Josh, still with him. You know, not thinking, you know, the freaking ears, the crazy ears, and all stuff like that. And oh, y'all, let me tell you this. Like, y'all know that when we watched that season, did y'all know Josh proposed and got engaged to another person in that thing, and he's not part of the main cast? Now I don't know how that happened, because I said if the whole point of that's how I said yes, they pick whoever they want to be the cast and everything, because it's crazy. If the whole point of this Love and Blonde experiment is good night, boo. If the whole point of this Love and Blonde experiment is to connect with someone to the point that y'all match each other and y'all get engaged, how did we not see the engagement between Josh and this girl named Madison, who's supposed to be really good friends, or who was like best of friends or whatever at the pause with Jackie and some other girls? I think it was under there, like Kendra or something like that. It was all like a clique. So I said, oh, that would be entertaining, and have another person like Josh and everything, because you know, when Zach played Arena, she played into the bus and they got the bliss, so that's fine. And they gave him a chance. Because I said, at the end of the day, if you pick someone and it didn't work out, y'all be done. That's, I was like, why they gave him that second chance? That's was like, okay, I understand it, but they would have been done. They would not give him back a second chance. So I was like, if Josh proposed to someone, why he was not part of the main lineup? So it was so crazy. I think Jackie knew, and that probably was like, it was no problem of being engaged and do what you have to do. Obviously, it worked out because I think he told Madison that he's not going to work out. He will be Jackie, so like that. So that's that. And you know how Jackie treated Marshall, how she played him to the dust. Every time she had an issue, was an issue, and he was trying to make it work. He was trying to make it work, but it was always something going on with the girl. I said, "Girl, what is going on?" We were coming to find out she was entertaining Josh. So that was that. Entertaining Josh. So I guess Madison went to tell her story. Yeah, she didn't really bash him and everything. I mean, that's what it was like back and forth. Went to tell her story, and they had no problem with her telling her story and telling her experience. But I guess the blogs put some more extra oomph to it. You know, the blogs always put some oomph to somebody's story. So maybe not really necessarily what she said. It might be what they put words into her mouth and said that, and made it seem like it works. So it was like a little bit there. It was like a little drama. Because, you know, when they heard that Madison was coming to the party, Jackie said, oh, we got to go. I got to go. I got to go. And then told Josh about Madison coming through. Madison talked to Jacqueline and see what's going on. See, like, we were best friends. It's kind of like someone kind of begged Jacqueline to let's be good friends and all that, just come between us. And that's a good. She ain't trying to give me any energy that she's not going to let us go or let this come between y'all friendship and let this man in y'all friendship. Then this is what it is. Let her be and stop begging her. They brought Josh over, and he couldn't get over it, and they was going back and forth. And I mean, Jacqueline said, I don't like the drama. I don't like the drama. It's just like that. Now, we do have to sit down with Marshall and Jackie. Basically, it was some things said. I guess she realized that she didn't handle it properly. He had to do with it. He was a nice guy. That's that. They squashed it. They said they're going to move forward. They're happy for each other. Then they move on. They found their own person. And that's good. Alina sat down with Amber because, you know, Amber was another person that Paul was to meet. And, you know, I feel like Amber and Paul would have been a better fit than Micah. But, you know, how you play Amber. And it also played to the point that when she came to like a mixer and everything, he kind of like ignored her and everything. I said, oh, like he never wanted to talk to Amber at all. And I said, you played her. But whatever. Alina sit down and try to talk to Amber, mush face Alina. trying to attempt to apologize, and it was even no fake apology. She was saying, "Oh yeah, I apologize because I didn't even know that you was crying." I said, "Girl, yes, you just stop playing. Stop playing. You know exactly what you was doing, and to sit here, you trying to act like you want to apologize and trying to act like you didn't know what's going on. Girl, you know what exactly what's up, and you was playing the game. Now you trying to have this lame ass excuse apology. You could save it. Ever say, listen, we good. I'm not having no animosity. I'm moving forward. I'm with someone right now. I'm good. It is what it is. Let's move forward. Let's don't look in the past." And that's that. Because I was able, I said, "Let's girl, it is what it is, girl. I'm not really giving a damn anymore. Let's move forward and let's get going." So that's that. Um, Anything else that was really interesting to say? Uh, I don't think we really had to sit down with not Bliss, with Zach and Irina. It is what it is. I guess that was done deal. Or Kwame and Micah, I guess that was a done deal. I mean, that's what it is. I mean, they had a flag football. They had a good time. They enjoyed each other. It's like I said, the cast and the pod got together and have a good time. So that was Love and Blind after the altar. If anything that was into it that stuck out, I think the ones that really stuck out to me, I really explained and said what I had to say because it was nothing else. Oh, the not Kendra, what was her name? Keisha, and Marshall thing. She explained what's going on. It was more than one date. I said, it is what it is. He said one date. You said it was more than one date. And at the end of the day, y'all not together. He found somebody else new. The person that he's good with is like a opposite of him. And he said it works well. And yada yada. It's fine what it is. I think Keisha and Jack is still cool with each other. They still good friends. So it no animosity toward each other. So I said let's move forward and move on for that. So that was Love and Blind after the altar. That was good. It was nice. I was not gonna see it at first, but Jada and me watching together and her sticking with me, maybe watching the rest of it. So that was that. Hey, I finished it. Season 5 is coming out soon, and we will watch season 5. We will talk about season 5 as well. So, all right, y'all, what's going on? So, I hope you guys following and go through. That's like I said, we play game. Thank you. And I'm gonna try to see if I can do this premiere and the premiere this another time and have other people who come through and watch it with me. And maybe also do the premiere of the last one. Let's see. Let's talk about Drew and Ralph. Let's get that together. All right, Ralph and Drew. Let's get to this real quick. So y'all know we reviewed the reunion part 1. And part of that part 1 reunion, Drew confronted Courtney about bringing her son name into it. And kids is off limits. And which is true. And Courtney said, "Oh, what you gonna do, girl? Yeah, I didn't talk about your son." And he said, "You did." So that whole thing. Now, y'all remember how I expressed my feelings of how when Courtney brought up the adoption thing. I said, "Girl, you should not brought that up. That was tacky. That was delayed, and you trying it. You really trying it. Because at the end of the day, you can say whatever you want, but to bring that adoption up, that was wrong and that was low blow. And I feel like Ralph did put you up there to speak that on it on the show because maybe he can't speak on it because y'all, Drew and Ralph are going through this legal battle of divorce. So that's why, and he used you as a mouthpiece. But I would say, girl, why you have so much to say for someone you only met within a freaking less than a year, 6 months. So for you to come out your mouth saying you've been a better friend than her being a wife, good. Don't you ever come to your mouth and say that. And then you gonna bring the child in. So this is the whole thing. And the reason why I said Drew was Ralph, because Ralph put his statement out, and that was tacky. And do now, if y'all don't know the whole adoption thing that's going on, so we do know Ralph and Drew had like raised a couple of children together. I think three kids, like that, whatever. Josiah, Drew oldest kid, Ralph is not the biological father. The biological father is someone else who was at that time when I think last season we found out he was in jail, something like that. So he was in jail and then he got out. It was that little thing. But long story short, the biological father hasn't been in a child's life at all. Not being there, no child support, none of that stuff like that. So Ralph been that kid's life since he was 3 years old. So that's the only father figure he knows, Josiah. So they were supposed to legally adopt Josiah, so he won't be left out in the family dynamics or like that, because it's a family unit. Because I think they got 2 kids together. I don't know. Y'all let me know how many kids they got together outside of Josiah. So when last season we talked about it, and when they went to Jamaica, they asked Ralph, what is the date with adoption? Now, he was supposed to write a book as well. He was writing a book about being a step parent and how it is to be a step parent and everything. So I said, if he writing a book about it, so that means he was being about it. So why you write a book be about it if you ain't going to do it? That's that. So they're supposed to adopt Josiah. And when they asked him, they said, yes, there's a whole plan to move forward to adopt Josiah. But the reason why I didn't go for it, because he had talked to the biological dad, and the biological dad felt like he didn't want that. So he kind of took a step back of adopting Josiah. Now, I don't think he really told Drew about that, because I think she was kind of blindsided by it. So she took that and was like, oh, okay. So explain it well. So I was like, yes, that feels kind of weird. So I said, so he said no. Now, he said he didn't really like that. He never said you can't do it. He said he just wouldn't be fond of that. But I was like, how much of this guy was in the child's life? Because if you were in the child's life for 3 years old and the father hasn't been around, so how much can he get to say? I don't know. Y'all let me know the legalities. Maybe he has rights, whatever. But that's crazy. So he decided to go against it. But he wanted to write a book about it. So when Drew put this text, that's the whole background. So when Courtney brought that up, I would say, good, that was lame and tacky for you to bring that up or like that. Because you don't know the backstory of why this is happening, why this is subject. For you to use the child as a part and say that, oh, she said, adopt my child so you can pay all the bills and you can be with your freaking late gay level. Like, really? Cool, you should deserve to get slapped for that, but whatever. So Drew tweeted, I must always protect and stand for my children against the type of evil. I gave him an opportunity to shut his unverifiable fake cousin down for her disgusting comments made concerning my son. However, he refused to do so, and it breaks my heart. She meant to be Nancy and rude, making comments and dragging my child into this. Kids are always off limits. That's it. That's all. We are done. Right? So he decided to spawn. Now, she's saying about Courtney checking her. But he explained about other stuff. So let's get to that. It's time to speak truth. So let's be real. You expect me to pay child support when he has a father that wants to play an active role in his life, but you won't let him. So explain to us why she won't let him. Explain to us why she won't let him play an active role. He hasn't played an active role in this child's life for this long. So what is the reason? Does she trust him? Does she don't like what is it? Does she distrust him? Like, did he put what exactly going on? It's around because we haven't heard everything about the freaking biological father speaking up and saying nothing. The way how the internet is going, he could speak. So we haven't heard anything from him lately. So what is going on? I feel like for me it's a cop out for you to say all that because you knew you probably wasn't staying with you. So you use on any excuse to get away from her. Let's continue on. Your adoption request was only a money grab and control. But you writing a book was also a money grab, right? You was writing a book saying how you will be a step parent and step to step parent and your journey of step parenting, all that stuff like that. But yet, that's not a money grab because it seems like you were trying to make money of this situation as well, even though you wasn't living up to your expectations to doing and executing what you supposed to do by adopting the boy. So you writing the book is a money grab just as much as you saying she's supposed to ask you to pay child support. And besides, if you had been in the child's life for this long time, obviously you was paying stuff anyway, right? That is me. Since the age of 3, I stepped up to fill the gap as a man and unconditionally provided from my heart without expectations. Because you was dating a woman who had a child. So it's an expectation for you to step up to be the father figure anyway, because the daddy was not involved in life. The biological dad. And even when the biological dad is involved, you still a bonus step parent. So no matter what, you still have to be the active role in that child's life. I will continue to be in there, but you are not going to take advantage of me or use this show to get your way. Explain to what she going to take advantage of to you. What she was going to do by you saying that you was going to legally adopt Josiah. What exactly she was going to take advantage of. Explain to her what she was going to do. I understand playing the battered victim roles earns you sympathy on this platform, but you will respect me as a father. Oh, you was not trying to adopt him, but she needs to respect you as a father. What is it? How she will respect you as a father if you're not going to try to legally be him? I love all my kids and have given them the world, including you. It's about them. Hashtag respect. Boy, bye. Boy, bye. And I believe you did give Courtney that ammunition. Because most of the stuff you were saying in here is what she was saying. Or at least paraphrasing what you were saying to an extent. Because you didn't have to do that. She asked you to check the girl, and you future checked her. But yet, you want to come after Drew. They gonna adopt without child support? No. Because you got the biological support, like you said, is active. So let him pay the child support. But legal adoption should not be off the table. But you put it off the table. And maybe not force you to pay child support, but if you was gonna do this, it was kind of your heart because that was your kid, right? But yeah, you wanted to write a book. That's a money grab. So you talk about child support. I said, first of all, you used to go support financially of the child anyway. But you said you will continue to be there. So what is it? All right, y'all. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about this. But I said that was tacky of him. I didn't like this. You did put Courtney up to it. You fed her information for her to be so comfortable to spread this out there. And you want us to feel sorry for you? No, we don't get to do that. Boy, bye. Move on to next. Let's do this Diddy. All right, y'all. We're almost done. We got 2 more topics after this, and we're gonna get out of here. Because I'm basically talking to myself. Funny. So, y'all, we got news that Diddy is finally giving all his artists their publishing and master rights. At first glance, I was like, this is a good gesture and everything. And I was saying, this is good. It's about time. But then I was realized, I'm looking at it, I said, so it's like 30-something years later. And he started Bad Boys. I think it was like 1997, something like that. He started it. And 30 plus years later, I think it's like a statute of limitations. I don't know if it's like a general thing, a rule of thumb of all businesses, or it's like only this Bad Boys. But they said technically you legally supposed to give it away the rights of publishing rights after 30-something years or 35 years. So we do know that he started reaching out to his artists back in 2021. And he was reaching his artists to get the contract signed, to get their rights and publishing and the masters. Which is fine, because we all felt like as artists, when you started out and you in a hot and heavy in the entertainment business, you want to get your publishing and masters right away. Especially owning your masters. Because that's ownership to stuff. So when everybody want to use your music or something like that, they have to go through you. Not through no third party, no management label. They're going to go through you. And if you get permission, then you can sign a contract and you get whatever money or royalties covered from them using your content. So that's what's like an artist. That's the main thing you should have for, because a lot of these freaking artists at that time, especially in the 90s going up and everything, they were making great music and everything. But we find out that a lot of them went through a lot of bad turmoil with the producers and bad contracts and everything, and using their talent and putting more money on the freaking producers and all the other people's pockets, and they was going up being broke and stuff like that. That's what it was. As successful as the 90s and everything was, a lot of people was going through turmoil in the industry. And that's why we was going older. We were starting to realize it's a freaking producers preying on these people and doing nasty stuff, crazy stuff backstage that we haven't know of. So I was like, yes, artists that we tell artists now that they so quick and happy about the fame and fortune and the money and stuff like that. And then we sign a contract, you don't know what you're signing into. And some of them would be so young, they don't know the thing about getting a lawyer and everything, because these people try to speak the whole game and play the game that they got you and everything, and then realize you work you to death and you're not getting anything in return from that. So that's why they try to tell artists now that to get your rights to your music stuff early on, writing credit, your master's credit, anything, because that's the money making for you. It seems like a lot of people who make more money of writing things and publishing things and credit things than the artists themselves. So if you want to get that, it's right. And it's also great for the artists to have your own public masters, because that's what the money is making for you. With that being said, I'm like, the value of this music and stuff like that, and these rights for these people, artists that is listed like Danny Kane or Day 26 Mason, Dirty Money, and all this other stuff, from the Locks, anything that was under the Bad Boys, Faith Evans, all the people who was under Bad Boys. Unless you're still relevant and your music is still good, what is the good use and right use of the publishing and master rights? Is they gonna make you bread and income? Because if it's not being played in the radio, if you not getting deals of other companies that want to use your music, the money you getting is not gonna be much a year. So as I'm looking at it, I said, I see why people, because I was like, sometimes I'd be upset. I said, why is you selling your catalog? And stuff like that. And I see why, because they feel like that if they do own it, they still have it, the money is not making much from them anymore. So they rather have a long sum of money that might be equivalent to all the years they will have made if they had that thing at that time when the songs and stuff was making money. So according to now, if you're not popping them and like playing your music, how much can you be getting now? Maybe like a couple $100, but not as millions and billions and stuff like that you normally was getting when it was popping at that time. So I was like, because it was an artist like now, I think Mark Curry's like that. It's speaking up. What's that? I wrote it down. What is that? Yeah, Mark Curry. I forgot what group he is. Well, he was a rapper of the Bad Boys at the time. And he said that yes, it was a good gesture, but he did like that because he said, "Oh, that's a cop out and everything," and I rather have lost some money. Don't give me this. What is? It's not worth much. It's not worth much right now. It's not worth much at this moment. Because if you're not getting no stuff like that, who will play your music, you're not getting much. You might only make like $450 a year of out of the time that you was making much money at that time. So I'll say yes, you reaching out to your artists now and getting back their rights, unless you are still popping. Like I said, for example, like Faith Evans, she's still kind of relevant. So I feel like some of her music is probably still gonna get on, and she could probably still make a good coin. But everybody else, even though you may still play their music and stuff like that, is it playing on the radios like that? Is it on the waves? Is other people want to get their music? They're playing on their like video games, on their movies and stuff like that. That's what it is. Or TV shows. Like, is you getting these stuff? So, and we know he's getting honored soon in awards. So I don't know if this is like a stunt that he's doing. Like I said, I'm happy that these artists is getting their money and getting their rights and their masters. But I say, is their money depreciated? Is the money value decreased? Because their songs is not popping right now. How many of these artists that is on the screen right now you still you listen to, but is it really on the radio playing or any movie deals, any stuff like that? So it's nice they got it back, and I think he's still reaching out to some artists because still artists is still getting hard to track now. But most people starting to sign a contract, get their stuff. Like I said, that's fine. And I know Mace kind of blasted Diddy in the past before when he said he was trying to get his thing and Diddy wanted to do it. It's like that. They cameras. I was like, it is what it is. So I'll say it's look good, but as you start looking at in the backstory of things, how things going at the years now, 30 years plus later, is it still relevant? Is they still going to make money of it? So I see why people sell their catalogs and stuff like that, because they say, listen, it's not going to make them as much money having ownership right now if they're not featuring my music. I mean, part of it you should hustle and everything, but I said, what's the point? Especially the older generation, a lot of the generation when came from the music land was back in the past. They don't know much about the music that we grew up in. So that's that. Especially in the 90s, early 2000s, late 80s. Like the music back then was great. And we had mad artists, great successful artists. But as great successful artists, they had a lot of struggle in the industry. Especially with productions and companies who raping them and playing them. Okay. So y'all let me know how y'all feel about that. I was, like I said, it did sound good and everything, and I do appreciate all these artists getting their masters as publishing rights now. But I'll say at 30 years later, the money had depreciated. So how much it would be worth now than it would have worth when they first had it. It would have been great if they when they first had it, but not too much now, because after you really used it up and get the much money worth when it was popular at the time, now you're giving it back to them, and it's not worth much now. So it's like, yes, little yin yang if it makes it, but not much. All right, y'all let me know how y'all feel. Let's talk about Spice and Tamar. Let me play this video real quick. We almost got to get out of here, y'all.
Nigga, I don't give a fuck if I said it.
The fuck? All right, so this Spice the whole Tamar thing, right? So we all know what happened, because we talked about it in my last live about Erica Mena and Spice had an altercation from last week's episode, and where Spice mentioned about Erica's son doesn't love her oldest son, and because of that, Erica got upset, flipped the table. Now that was her reaction because Spice said your son don't love me. That's her first reaction. Anything past that is something that goes on Erica, not because what Spice said. She flipped the table. That was a response to what Spice said at that moment. So anything else after that is extra. So during the midst of argument, Erica decided to call Spice a monkey and a blue monkey. And not only that, took it further and make it monkey noise and sounds. And we all know the monkey thing is rooted in racism. Our culture, our race was considered as monkey from the superior race at the time. You know, racism, we ain't go through the history. Y'all know the whole spill. They call us monkeys to deem us uglies and we're not attractive enough. It's like that. So that's where the thing come from. So it's a negative connotation. So in the midst of argument, if you're not deep rooted in racism, you won't use that when you arguing with someone in the midst of argument. Yes, understand when you upset and somebody getting you messed up and there's no rules to arguing, but they are. And no rules, but there are consequences. Basically, it's definitely consequences. So you can say what you want to say because you pissed off about what somebody said, but we're not gonna sit here and act like what Erica said was right. And I'm not saying like what Spice said was right either. They both was wrong. But Erica gonna say anything else. And we not gonna sit here and act like this is the first time she said it. She has a history and pattern of saying this. And all the other time before this altercation with Spice, nobody mentioned her child. So what is the reason for her saying the monkey word to everybody else compared to what she's saying to Spice? Because I know a lot of people was bringing up and say, oh, well, she's talking about her child, so it's warranted. It's like that. That's the reason. No, it's not. No, it's not. Because when you deep root in it, racism will come out. So I saw this under somebody else's chat, and I'm going to use an example because it makes sense. If I was arguing with someone, a loosely paper person, milk dairy person, if I argue with a milk dairy person, and I say something about their child, and they call me an NER, asterisk in between, an ER, straight ER at the end. Should they not be good? They're not a racist because I told about their child? No, they are. So Tamar, she was on this talk show and everything, and she made a comment. So listen to it, and then we're gonna talk about
it. That's racist.
It is.
It is racist, and you are used to calling black people monkeys. Period.
Okay, but
Spice should have knocked all your teeth out.
So let's play devil's advocate, right? Mm-hmm. Isn't all bets off for somebody come for your kids? Like, I'm sorry, I'm not watching nothing I say out of my mouth. Okay, you tell me my son don't love me, I'm going for your neck. Mm-hmm. Okay, period. Yeah. That doesn't mean she's racist. It just means that's the first thing that came to her mind to defend herself.
Yeah. Her saying monkey, that's racist.
It is.
It is racist, and you are used to calling black people monkeys. Period. Okay, but Spice should have knocked all your teeth out.
So let's play devil's advocate, right? Mm-hmm. Isn't all bets off for somebody come for your kids? Like, I'm sorry, I'm not watching nothing I say out of my mouth. Okay, you tell me my son don't love me, I'm going for your neck. Mm-hmm. Okay, period. Yeah. That doesn't mean she's racist. It just means that's the first thing that came to her mind to defend herself. Yeah.
Tamar, girl, she's racist. She's racist. That's called. We're not gonna sugarcoat it. She is, because this is not her first time doing it. She has a pattern of doing this, and monkey is not the first thing come out of his mouth. Now, I know people sometimes when they in an argument they represent people wait and they something like that, but that's okay if it's not rooted into racism. We all know the word monkey is rooted in racism because that's what people use against us to deem us unattractive and deem us as we are not worth it. We disgusting. We horrible human beings. And we all know that. So us using against each other, that is a negative dig. And that is a racist slur. So no. Yes, she might be upset. And we get it about saying her son don't love her. And talk about her parenting. And yes, we do feel like all bets is off. But for somebody who's not rooted in homophobia or racism or transphobia or misogynistic, they won't say that stuff in an argument. They will say everything else to hurt you. Because there's a lot of stuff Erica said to Spice to hurt her. But no, Erica she don't have the wits. So every time she get an argument with someone, especially a black woman, she always used that term. She used it numerous of times. Because she thinks she's better than us. And she thinks she's a preference. She look good and she's above. So yes, she is. And now with Spice and Tamar going back and forth about that, and Tamar trying to understand like she don't watch the show. She don't know the content. She didn't watch the show. She only watched the clip and she only complain about the clip. I say, granted, with the clip at the end of the day, you know monkey is a racial connotation. So you don't get no run, no legs, and she don't get no freaking defending because somebody brought up something like curse her out. Call her hippopotamus. Call her a big fat, like call her anything else. But that, no. Because if you don't have that in your racial vocabulary and you don't deem that, then we will never hear that out of her mouth. Because Scrap mentioned her son when she had an argument with him. She didn't bring that up. And she usually just bring this up to against other black women. So call her Spice that, it's like calling the rest of us that. And because there are consequences. So everybody's saying that you can say whatever you want out of your mouth if you're not watching everything, but there are consequences out of your mouth because these people networks are run by people who may look like us or not like us. And you have to watch what you say sometimes because there are consequences. Now, because of that, we don't know that the next season, Erica's not appearing on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. And also, the show Hush on All Black, which I didn't see it because I didn't get to see it yet. But she go appear in this couple seasons they've already wrapped. But any future seasons, she won't be on it. So there are consequences for your actions. For everybody saying, "Oh, she was right for saying what she to say, and she shouldn't do like that because she spoke on something like that." No, because we all know that word was negative connotation, and she always used that. So you don't go around making money and being off the people's backs and being in our culture and thinking all this and getting babies by us, and then calling us that. No, you don't get that. So for Tamar Boo, and I know Tamar went on later on saying that, oh, you know what, yeah, like, you know, about you a black woman, that's what she does like that. Like, she BP and BP. No, BP and PP. That put back pedal and pussy pie. She BP and PP. Her way. They said, oh, no, you're not that. Yeah, she deserves it. That's other racist, and she shouldn't have said that. Also, oh, now all that stuff, now she shouldn't have said that. After go back and forth. Now, Spice, girl, you know exactly what she was doing to rattle her feathers. And yes, she shouldn't have said that words, but girl, you know what she was doing. And no, you don't deserve to be called that. But when they took it there, if you never said that, no, it would not took there. It would have never taken there. And for the fact that you didn't want to understand what Erica was coming from, now the faster thing, Erica, you bullcrap with us. You bullshit with that. You wasn't doing that. But the whole thing about you was my wife and everything else like that, you should understand. You put yourself in my shoes, and you trying to act like you didn't understand that, girl. You understood it. That's that. That was that. We have one little last topic to discuss. One little quick thing. If y'all did not see the interview, go ahead and watch this interview when y'all can. I'm gonna say this briefly, how I'm talking about it, and then we get out of here. And I think I might do a premiere, so people who didn't watch it tonight will get to watch it when I do a premiere of it. So I might have to re-download this thing again. All right. So let's get this one. Matter of fact, hold up, y'all. Hold up. All right, y'all. So, y'all know we watched the recent thing of Atlanta Housewives. Go back to that. In the mix, it was a clip of that Atlanta Housewives that Andy ex Sheree, she got interesting things about paying bills, just like that. And there was a segment about did you pay whoever it was designing everything about the money. She said, "Oh, I'm glad you asked that because I have a little thing." And it was an Instagram post. It wasn't a receipt of the money transfer, nothing like that. It was an Instagram post saying the person saying that, "Oh yeah, she paid this, like that, yeah." And she mentioned the person named Juan. It's like that. So because of that, the guy named Tyree LaShawn, Lawan is like that. Tyree Lawan, he was upset because he was a designer that kind of showcased the freaking runway looks that we had saw in last season finale when Sheree put that fashion show. It was his designs and his looks and everything. And he went on an interview. I will share it with y'all. And he explained his side of things because he felt like he was lied upon and he didn't like that. And he felt like he was played. And I'm not going to really go full details of everything because I want y'all to listen to it, but I'm going to explain the most key parts that I got. All I figured out is that he had met with Sheree through the middle person named Juan. Juan, I don't know who was like Sheree's assistant or whatever at this point. All I know that she was the middle person between this whole interaction going on between Tyree, Sheree, and between Tyree, Sheree. Juan was the middle person. So because Juan has is working with Sheree and she had a good relationship with Tyree, she kind of like referred Tyree to Sheree to help Sheree out with the fashion line because Sheree didn't have nothing. 40 plus years later, and she didn't have nothing to show for anything. For this She by Sheree going on the fashion line, because this next season they want to see something. She had no specs, she had no flats, she had no designs, no nothing to show for what she's have done. So it's like, girl, what is you doing? So because of that, yeah, so they had to sit down and have a consultation, and try to meet with Sheree. And he said he normally charged like 15 to 20,000 straight up, minimum 15. Especially with the designs, because he's like he's like his own one person show. He does this, he does websites, like he does a lot of things. So he's really good at what he's doing. And maybe some more. And he went to, like, at the day, I think he was doing all this because he wanted the exposure. Sheree is a national television. He could get his name out there. He could get more clients, things like that. Yeah, so I understand the exposure that he think he was going to get when he was going to be on national television. And he could just get his name out there. And people would know who he is and he would get more business. That's a good move, right? So he met with Sheree. Tyree, they was talking. He was talking like that. 15 to 20,000. That's that. Because he said regular people he interact with, that's what they pay. Straight up. But now he met with Sheree, he started going down his prices. And because she was like, and I guess he wanted to do this so badly, and he knows it won't want, because I think he was going to the promise that Moore said, if she doesn't pay you, I will pay. Juan was telling him that. Now, this guy came with some receipts. He came with receipts in every detail stuff possible. The text messages between Sheree and him and Juan, also like that. He came on. So that's proof there. Now, they really had an official business contract, but I do know if you like have text messages between people and there's like documentation and everything, the court, maybe judge could see that and feel like that could be applied, a contract or apply agreement between y'all, because this is all in the text. And sometimes text could be doctored, but I don't feel like he really doctored any of this. This is all he blew up from his phone. And they can see the original phone and see if anything was changed or altered. Can they use text as evidence, as proof for things? So it was talking, it was going through all this, everything. It was no applied contract, so he was there. So as he was going down, he said the lowest he could go is 10K. Lowest he could go is 10K. So you say you normally charge 50 to 20K, and then you was going down to 10K. And then all of a sudden, whatever thing came about, I guess it came down to 2,000 or something like that, or 5K. You go 5K and everything, and you was gonna get a deposit of at least half of that, like 1,200. I guess it was a deposit for 1,200 and everything as well. He was waiting for that money. They didn't really get to 200, 1,200. He just get the stuff because she asked for like 6 to 8 looks. 6 to 8 to 2, or 8 to 2, 8 to 2. 2 for her, for Sheree outfits, and 8 one looks, whatever it is. That was the looks. And he supposed to supply that and stuff. And so he was trying to get the deposit and everything and all stuff like that. He was working on the logos. He was doing a lot for Sheree. To the point that he was putting up some of his own money. Because that's why I was saying how desperate he was going through. I was like, boy, why is he going through this? Especially if she was trying to show you. Like, when they supposed to get the deposit, she was paying that deposit. And then when it came to find out she actually paid something, she only paid you $450. $450 of the $1,200 deposit she's supposed to pay you. That's all she paid. And to me, that's all she paid you at this point. You got this whole shindig was $450. And right there, I was like, she would have getting that. She probably only got one outfit. All that. And then she was like, the manufacturers, and then some way, shape, or form online, she was down the wire. She ain't had no look. So they asked something like, she needs 40 pieces. How you go from thinking 6 to 8 to 10 looks to 40 pieces and everything? And he was working hard for her, doing all this stuff, putting out his own money and everything, tapping in his birthday money. And I said, boy, you doing a lot. And he was explaining the business. It seemed like Sheree didn't know nothing about the business. Nothing. She wanted to do all this stuff like that. She had no nothing. So she was explaining to her about how she could make money, this, that. All that stuff, especially with the website. Because when you do a fashion show, people want to see the look that you have in a fashion show in the freaking website and you selling that. They don't want to see no other extra stuff. You baiting the switch stuff. They want to see the looks. So that's what they're looking for. So if they see the looks, you can get the pre-sales, you get people buying stuff. That's what you get. And they get the manufacturer to make the looks for you and get the items, and then you go ship it out to people. You wouldn't have been making money, girl. But you effed this up by playing over this guy. And I figured, Tyree, I said the part is your fault because you didn't take accountability because she kept playing you. Because every time you was dwindling to go down your price. Now, I know sometimes celebrities could be difficult. It's something they were trying to take over and trying to give you credit and trying to pay you and trying to do this like that because they could get over because their name. And I said, no. You had to pay just like everybody else. So first of all, you messed up when you were fortunate about your money negotiation and kept going down and kept going down. Because I know Warren, she was having enough to go too low because she needed to get her fee getting 15 to 20% commission or referral fee. She was trying to have a referral fee. Don't go too low because then I ain't gonna get much. So all that stuff, using him, coming to him, trying to meet him, really had no models at the day, especially the day of. When it comes to the day of the runway show, she can't act like she didn't know him, didn't want to speak to him, all that stuff like that. And it didn't even have no models to the last minute. She ain't trying to pay no models. Like she may act like she was only using for a name and her name was going to carry weight. And not realizing the name itself is not going to carry weight. You using that She by Sheree was going to carry weight for you to get a lot of money. No, you need to put up and showcase. And I guess allegedly she was telling people that he don't show him on the screen. He don't show his hand. So he didn't get no recognition that he thought he was going to get. Kind of using him, kind of playing, and all this stuff. He was spending like $4K and plus of helping her and getting all this stuff done for her. And no recognition, no nothing. Not really getting money at this point. They didn't really talk about the final price. Now, he was only talking about the reimbursement of what he paid and not even the labor cost that he supposed to charge as well. He didn't charge her that other stuff. So it was a lot of stuff going on. So one was telling him, like, if she don't pay you, I will pay you. So it was a lot going on. So like I said, it's more details. It was stuff because I feel like he was doing a lot because he thought he was going to get exposure. And that. And he kept going out his way. Even though he was getting red flags, her initial payment, not like responding, and I had no main models, and I had no specs, and I had no this, and it was organized. She had nothing going on. She all relied on you. You were doing all this work for her and everything for you to not get any positive or anything from this. Anything from this at all. And I said, Sheree, you dumb. Because at the end of the day, you played yourself as much as you try to play him. Now, guy, hope this is a lesson and not do this for anybody else anymore. Don't go out the way. I know he had a good heart. He wanted to help Sheree and everything because she was a national television. She had the exposure, and I think he was like that. So I understand his mindset why he was doing so much. But at the same time, they kept playing you, and you were not getting your money, and you kept spending your own money. And I said no. If I was him, I said no. I'm not going any further. And then you would have had no another fashion. You would have had a 2-time fashion show with no fashions. You would have had that. Because you're not getting none out of me. So she on the way, I paid this person. You paid Warren back. And it's according to him, you took a 6 months to pay Warren that $2K. Now I guess when Warren paid thinking Tyree his money, that $2K, and I guess she's supposed to get her money back from Sheree, and Sheree took a while. And I said, girl, for you to front like this, like you got it like that, and you this person, and your parties is not cheap and everything, but yeah, you cheap when it comes to paying things. And trying to get over like people can do things for free because your name is Sheree. Girl, get out of here. So I was like, but he spoke it all, and I believe him. I believe him because Sheree has a reputation. And it was crazy that even though he had people telling him, don't do this, don't go business with her, don't go business with her, and he didn't listen. He went along with it and realized firsthand how he got played. And now he kind of fell off on Warren because he had a good relationship with her. And then he felt like she kind of took sides with Sheree's side and everything and not with him. And I said, oh my gosh, it's ridiculous. I said, this is a whole mess, and I feel like he needs to learn the lesson and not deal with this chick like that again. No, don't deal with her. She was not worth it. No, not worth it. And at the end of the day, I know he had like a follow-up interview with Chef Don Don, and he said like, no, he ain't getting nothing out of this. No exposure, no nothing. He really got nothing from this. Did all this for her and got nothing. Now he did. I guess a month later they was asking him, "Can you get us the samples and stuff like that? Can we use? Could I go to manufacturer?" And they said, "No. You playing them, and then you want his samples of the stuff y'all use. You played yourself, Sheree, because then you don't have none of the products that's on your own line. Nobody wanted to see that. Like everybody's rooting for you, and you 14 years later, and you still don't have this on pack. You don't have this locked yet because you don't know nothing. That's why you should have someone who know the business. You pay them to run your business, and you collect checks. And you gotta stop being frugal and stop playing like this. Like this, just what your money is. This is your worth. This is your brand. Stop playing with your brand. And Tyree, I hope this will learn a lesson. Don't just settle. If they don't got your fee, they don't have the fee, and you keep it walking, keep it moving. I know you like to do a lot of things for people, and that's fine. And more blessings will come for you in the future. But don't settle yourself. Next time, have a contract. Have things set in stone. And I do find out he said in this interview that the conversation he had with Sheree and Warren was recorded. He recorded the conversations. So if they go try to act like this not was said, he has extra proof that this was said. If anything, he can release his recording if he wants to. So I said, oh, I know Tyree ain't going to like that. But that was that. That was like the whole gist of it. It's like they met through and Warren. Everything, it was sold down. She could start seeing the red flags, the unprofessionalism they had. She had nothing, and she was trying to be funny with the money and stuff like that. It took a long time to pay and try to use him. They really had nothing going on, trying to get him to do the things last minute, and everything was done the last minute. He going on doing those things, redesign her logo, doing a lot of stuff for her, getting purses, the bags, and all that stuff. She wasn't paying you. And I said, boy, you doing a lot and not getting paid. And I said, why would you let her play you like that? So you say you didn't try to play me. I said she has played you. She chicken walk, chicken head all in your head. She has. When you settled, when you start compromising, she chicken walk, chicken head all on your behind. Help us to learn a lesson, y'all. If you're doing business and everything, I know you're trying to make it big, and sometimes you may have to do some sacrifices if you get the thing, but get that stuff in writing. Get that stuff in writing. Don't do no business ventures with nobody who's not in writing, especially when the money going to be involved in change and payment. Get your money up front. Get the thing in writing. Get your contracts. Get things done so you won't have these issues. No lawsuits, no nothing happening against you. But that's that. That was my live, y'all. I mean, yes, I have been talking to myself most of the time. Thank you to Carter for coming through. Anybody who's coming in and watching the bushes, please like, comment, subscribe to my channel. Tell me how you feel about this. I think I may download this and premiere it another day just for people who missed it, so I can have another extra set of views. And I think I might try and do that and see how that works. All right. So thank you for coming through. Replay game. Please watch this. Let me know how y'all feel. This Sunday, I'm going to a fashion show, so that's why it's not live on Sunday, but I will resume my live again the following Sunday. And that's it. Love y'all, appreciate y'all, and y'all have a good night. Peace. All right, love y'all.